Ohio State is staying hot on the recruiting trail, and the Buckeyes have another commitment. This is Talking Stuff from the Austin Birm Show on 97.1 The Fan. I am Jeremy Birmingham. Today we'll be joined by Eli Johnson, a four-star 2027 safety from Steele High School in Cibolo, Texas, who has just announced his college decision, and he's heading to Ohio State. We're going to talk to Eli about that decision, why he's made it now, and where things go for him from here with the Buckeyes. Let's get to Eli Johnson, Ohio State's latest commitment in the class of 2027 right now. Eli Johnson joins us now. Eli, congratulations. I know this is a decision that has been in the making for a while. We are recording this. I mean, it's fun to tell the world, the internet, all the little secrets about the way things happen. We're recording this about 36 hours or so from you even arriving at Ohio State for the weekend. But
yeah.
Now that you've made this decision, you've had this conversation with your family, you've committed to Ohio State. Why were the Buckeyes the right choice for Eli Johnson and your family at this point in your recruitment?
Yeah, the main thing was just the way they go about their business. They're really serious about what they do, and the environment is the type of environment I want to be in. I want to be coached to my best of my abilities, and I want them to bring out the most potential that I have to be, and I see that in Ohio State, so that's really the main reason why I chose them.
I'm not sure if you remember. It was June 5th. You were at Ohio State for the summer camp. You and I had a conversation on the field, and I was like, I told you, I'm like, you look like a guy who really likes it here. Like there was a moment you just looked very comfortable. At that point, when you arrived that day, you had not had an offer from Ohio State yet. You earned it that day on the field.
Mm-hmm.
What did you glean or gain from that day working with Matt Guerrieri, working with Tim Walton, working with Matt Patricia? Like, what did you learn about Ohio State that day that really set them so far apart?
It was definitely the details. I remember it was Coach Tim Walton. We were doing a drill, and he told us to be behind the line when we started, and a couple kids would keep having their foot over, and then he just told them to get to the back, and he didn't want to deal with no nonsense. So definitely the details and the little things, and just pay attention to what the coaches say the first time so they don't repeat themselves. And then also just the way they coach like we've been there before, and like we're one of their players. So that's what I really liked as well.
You got a chance to see that up close and personal. You visited Columbus for the first time back in April, or was it March? It might have been. It was April. You came into town. You got to watch a practice. I think that was really right at the start of Matt Patricia arriving at Ohio State as a defensive coordinator.
It was. That was his first time getting there. He got in there during the spring, right?
Yeah, so I think it was maybe his first practice, or it was very close to the start. I know that the majority of your recruitment has been with Matt Guerrieri handling the conversation, but as you've watched Ohio State this season and you see what they're doing with the defense, even after losing Jim Knowles and all of the changes that they made from last year's roster after the national championship, how comforting was it to see that this team and this program is exactly what they looked like they were going to be, no matter who's there?
Yeah, it's a great thing to see, especially knowing that Matt Patricia came from the NFL and had a whole bunch of NFL experience and just literally brought that all to Ohio State. And it shows that what he knows works. And it's just great to see that transformation of him coming from the NFL and basically running an NFL defense at Ohio State. So that's a great thing to see there.
When we go back to that spring visit, I remember talking to you after, and one of the things that didn't happen on that trip was an opportunity to meet with Ryan Day, which you did in June. How has Ryan Day been involved from then? I mean, what does it mean to you to commit to one of the three active coaches in college football who've won a national championship? I mean, there's a lot of things Ohio State does well, but they've separated themselves in the last 2 years thanks to what Ryan Day has continued to build there. And how is that relationship now?
Mutual. We're just on good terms. Everyone there is great people, really good, down to earth people, good to talk to. So just continue to build that relationship and just grow our relationship throughout this process. So excited to meet back up with them again this upcoming weekend. So yeah.
I know that Steele High School, you guys are one of the elite programs in the state of Texas. How do you think playing in Texas has you mentally prepared for the next level? Obviously, you still have another year of high school football ahead of you, but what has it done for you to get you to feel so comfortable walking into an environment like Ohio State and feeling like I belong here?
Yeah, I would say definitely the competition going against, I would say, the best talent and arguably the best talent in America. So definitely the competition and going against uh, good opponents each week and just showcasing your ability. So I feel like that really just flows into the Ohio State mentality.
I think at this point, obviously, there's a year until the signing period when your class is able to make that next step. But when we talked in June, I asked you again. I like to just randomly talk about things. I said, "Hey, are you someone who's comfortable with the idea of actually leaving Texas for college?" And since that visit in June, you've been to Oklahoma, you've been to Michigan, you've been to Ohio State. What is it about you and your family? I mean, why are you so comfortable just doing your own thing? Because it's not something that a lot of folks are always feeling good about.
I think that starts from home because my mom, she's a hard worker and she just really just tells us to wash our clothes, wash dishes, do all that types of things. So we're really independent. So I feel comfortable leaving and just know that I'll be fine away from my family and knowing that I can handle myself and just, I guess, handle business, I guess. Yeah.
When you see a player at Ohio State like Devin Sanchez, for example, obviously in his freshman year at Ohio State, coming from Texas, James Peoples, there's been a litany of guys from the state of Texas that have gone to Columbus and succeeded. But how important is it to see that other people are doing that? And do you feel like you making a decision this early can help Ohio State in the state of Texas as the Buckeyes try to build out this 27 class?
Yeah, it definitely can because it'll show that kids from all over, like all the way across the country, are comfortable leaving their hometown and going literally on the opposite side of the country. So it's just cool to see that other people are comfortable leaving their houses and they feel like they'll be at home and all the way across the country. So it's definitely cool to see.
When you think about the guys in Texas that you're close to, obviously Texas has more talent than anywhere in the country in a lot of people's eyes, including my own. Who are you close with out there that you feel like you can help open their eyes about Ohio State?
Who am I close with in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Like players wise?
Yeah.
Because
we keep hearing that you're supposed to visit with Jaquan Snell all the time. And yet Jaquan never keeps not making the trip. And, are there guys like Jaquan or John Meredith or Kennedy Brown? I mean, I know Cibolo, you're in the Dallas area, if I'm correct, but what is it? Who have you gotten to know through the recruiting processes, and who do you bounce ideas off of? Who do you consider one of your peers?
I would say I've actually met with John Meredith a couple of times. Actually, our freshman year going into our sophomore year camp season, we went to like 3 or 4 camps back to back, and we all saw each other, and it was just cool meeting with him and stuff like that. So it's cool seeing us both grow in our recruiting process, and I'm actually going to be playing with him 7-on-7 this year. So we'll just build that relationship and hopefully get him on board to Ohio State.
I mean, he made the visit for the Penn State game a few weeks ago. It's one of those things where I think for a lot of people who haven't really spent time around Ohio or Ohio football or Ohio State, get surprised when you get there the first time, and it's way bigger than maybe you think, because Texas is like the epicenter of football. But was there a thing about Ohio State that surprised you and your family the most, that really opened your eyes to the idea that could eventually be your landing spot?
What surprised me? It was how traditional they were. They weren't all flashy and all the like expensive, and just it was very traditional there. That's what I liked. It was simple. The field house was really nice, simple, kind of like old school college feel, and their stadium was super nice as well.
No Lamborghinis on the field, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to ask, because again, as we look through your recruiting profile on On3 Sports, you are ranked currently as the number 9 safety in the country. That actually changed today at some point because as I had been pre-writing some stuff, you were number 10. Now you're number 9. I don't know what happened, but I'm not in charge of that. So, as you go through this, I start to look at the visits you made. What schools really were at the end here for you? I know that you visited Oklahoma. I know you visited Michigan, but what were the schools that really were the closest to being able to overtake Ohio State?
Oklahoma. Oklahoma was a great school. Great coaches over there. Coach Hall's a great dude. And then UT as well. Yeah, definitely. It was those 3 that were my top 3.
Now that you are committed publicly, as this gets published, not as we record it, but what do you think changes in your life from here? How does this decision impact you, your family, and is it a big weight off your shoulders? Is it just more pressure? How do you see that from here?
I would say it's more weight off because now I'm able to focus on getting better and working on my craft and not worrying about going to all these visits and stuff. So I get to narrow things down and just focus on getting ready for next season.
Let me ask you, as we record this, have you told the coaches yet? Do they know that this is coming at all?
They definitely do. Yeah, they do.
When you start to really get that feeling, I guess this is what we don't really talk about this with a lot of recruits, so I think it's interesting. When you start to feel like, hey, I think I know where I want to go, is it harder to hold off than you think? Because I think there's probably some people in your life who would say, hey, Eli, let's just slow down. Why do you need to make this decision now? Is it just the ability to say, I can breathe? I don't have to have my phone blowing up 24 hours a day. I can take weekends off. I can hang out with my girlfriend. I can go to school events. I mean, what really makes this important to do right now?
The main reason why I wanted to do it so early is because I already knew where I was gonna end up. Even when I went up there the first time, that was the best visit I ever had. And throughout this all recruiting and stuff, I just wanted to experience and just know 100% that I wanted to go to Ohio State. So after all that was done, I just felt like there was no need to wait. So might as well pull the trigger now.
How comfortable are you with the idea of helping recruit other players? Because it's not for everyone. Some guys are pretty hands off. Some guys are, hey, I'm here if you want to talk about the school. But do you feel like in this era of social media and all of the ways that you can connect with people that the guys in the class play a much bigger role than maybe they otherwise would have?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a great idea to recruit people that you want to come to the same team as you. And yeah, pretty much that's it. Yeah.
You probably don't know this because you've probably never really had a conversation with Caleb Downs, but your voice sounds a lot like Caleb Downs. It's actually kind of sort of weird. What is the thing this weekend? And now again, we're 36 hours away from you landing in Columbus. What is it that you and your family want to learn or see about Ohio State that you didn't already know coming into this decision?
I just want to experience the environment of being in the shoe and just getting the full presence. I don't know, but I just want to
Full game day experience, all that stuff.
Exactly, the full experience. So yeah, just experience the shoe and just have a good time.
What do Buckeyes fans need to know about Eli Johnson that the internet hasn't already told them? What makes you a guy that is the right fit for Ohio State football?
I'm a hard worker. I believe that I'm truly the hardest worker that is out there. So, and man of God, keep God first in everything that I do. And
You like SpongeBob?
my mom said that I like SpongeBob, but
there's room for SpongeBob out there. Last thing, you're listed at 6'3", 200 pounds on your On3 profile. Where are you currently height, weight? What type of conversations have you had with Matt Guerrieri, Matt Patricia, Tim Walton about exactly what role they see you playing in this defense for them in the future?
Right now I'm about the same, 6'3", about 198. I lost a couple pounds in the season. And Coach G, we haven't really spoke much about that, but I know he just wants me to just keep a good weight and be a good fit at safety up there. So
When you watch their defense, do you see a guy like a role that you think best suits you, or an opportunity that you think to make an impact early?
I know last year it was Lathan Ransom.
Yeah.
I like the way he played a lot, and then obviously this year Caleb Downs, the way his angles and his tackling and stuff, I could just steal some of his skills and put them into my game. So,
well, that's
like
probably
that.
a good guy to steal some skills from if you can. He's the best safety in America, and now he is on his way out the door from Ohio State after this year. So you'll never get to play with him, but sorry, at least you get to learn from him in the short term. So. Look, man, I know that you've got a lot going on. I know you're doing some family stuff tonight. So we really appreciate you taking this time to give people a little bit of insight into your process and into your decision. And thank you very much for allowing us to have this opportunity. Congratulations on the decision. Safe travels getting to Columbus, by the way.
Yeah. Yes,
and enjoy the game. We're going to see you on Saturday, and I'm sure maybe the commitment will be public by then when you walk down the tunnel. We don't know what's going to happen. We're all just trying to figure it out. But thank you so much. Thank you to your mother for allowing you to take this time. This has been Talking Stuff on 97.1 The Fan. I'm Jeremy Birmingham. That is Ohio State's latest 2027 commitment, Eli Johnson. Thanks for watching, everyone. We will see you next time.